Hello, everyone. It's Barbara, and I've got this little dramatic pause here going on because we're going to take a look at two very special dolls. First of all, we're going to be looking at the fashion royalty Maison, glamour coated Elyse Jolie, and we are also going to be looking at Mademoiselle Annik, or Annik Van Dale of the New Face collection. So we've talked a bit about the New Face box before. The New Face box is very properly structured. You can just see it. It really does have that effect of a modern label, if you understand what I mean. Like it really does look like a modern modeling label. There's not anything special to the New Face box. And just to very quickly say also, the fashion royalty box, what is to say about it is that it is back to the original white box with the silver line, with the silver trim, and the fashion royalty logo. That it goes all the way back to the early 2000s. It's nice to see that return. It's got the envelope closure, which is also very nice. And let's go ahead and start talking about these ladies. The reason that I put them together, and I really should have brought back out Figo, who is part of New Face, the theme for the spring and summer seems to be beige, and that's not a bad thing. Starting with the base of the beige, there's a lot of room for playability and a lot of room for class and styling. So let's start off by talking about the New Face Annik, who is a doll I've never actually had before, so this is a brand new experience for me. There are layers to her ensemble. There are layers to her look, so we're going to talk about them. The first thing, however, that I want to point out, and I'm almost never this person to do it, but this to me was just so, what are you thinking? Right here, they drew in like little wisps of hair coming out. They drew in little wisps of hair coming out of her hairdo. I don't know why they did that. I don't know what was the point of that. It's cute, I guess. I know there were some people who weren't crazy about it. I didn't know if this was actually going to show up in mine either. It looks natural in the sense that, when you do your hair, you're going to have stuff falling out. So it looks natural in that sense. But if they were going to do that, then actually leave out some strands. Don't paint them on the way you paint on the eyebrow. That's just strange. The really gorgeous thing about Annik, which we have not seen before, I don't think, are these two gorgeously long, all the way down past her buttocks, braids. I mean, there's no product that I can feel in the braids. I've seen some people have taken this hair down. You can see, or you will see in a second, there is a split in the hair, so I don't know if that's because they've double rooted the hair, but this is really a nice, I mean, some people might object that the seam is so obvious. Some people might not like that. I just think it's just really amazing that you have this gorgeous thick braids. It's almost like it makes the outfit itself. It really is very, very nice. So just very quickly, because I'm turning her to get to her face, and we'll talk about that. We've seen these cuff type earrings before. These are done in silver. Most of her jewelry is in silver, so is the detailing on her bag, which we will see in a second. Her eyes are brown. Her lashes are real and they are applied. She has a completely nude lip with just the slightest hint of gloss. She does have some blush. More apparent the way I'm holding the light than it actually looks in real life. Her lower eye is lined in blue. The top is lined in black. There's white at the very bottom of the lower lid. Then it is a grayish blue, and then nothing on the top of the lid. The eyebrows are painted on with some interesting detailing. And then there are her lashes, which I said are real and applied, and about a little bit longer than the average length we usually see on fashion royalty. Now, as I said, her ensemble is beige with blue and pink highlights, which makes sense given the way her eyes were made up. Let's take a look at her. You will notice that what is her left has the same kind of netting at the collar that is also at the cuff, which is a really nice detail. This appears to be a cotton boyfriend jacket, fully lined. The gentleman's pocket that you see here does not work. This one doesn't. The pockets are present, but you can't put anything in them. Let's put it that way. There's detailing at the cuff and on the jacket of what would appear to be pearl buttons, and this is the easier pearl to show you at the cuff. It's actually going to close with hook and eye. And she has on a pink flower collar or necklace or neck scarf on ensemble. It's going to close also with hook and eye, as will her, as you'll see, as will her blue bodice. The bodice in blue hints at boning. It doesn't really have boning, but the way that they're using the ribbons of a slightly darker blue than the base, which is a very light sky blue, and then the boning or the lacing is a little bit darker blue. That's a very nice detail. It doesn't fully tuck into the trousers, which are also, by the way, going to close hook and eye. And she is not wearing underwear. So no free briefs from this one. And I knew I should not have undone her pants. The pants have a very interesting detailing. These pockets, whoops, let me bring that into camera. These pockets will work. They are very deep too. They're baggy, and they have the detailing that you can tighten the cuff at the bottom if you wish. And and she's wearing nude heels with an open toe, a stiletto heel, and a brown sole. I took the jacket off to show you these two very interesting details that I chose to put on her right hand. First of all, you have a combination of cuff bracelet and watch, which I have never seen before. I think this is kind of cool. And you have a very nice silver ring, which has some kind of detailing. It's not a stone. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, maybe like a signet, but it's very nice. I like it a lot. I'm sorry this is not coming into focus, but it is a very cool, two really cool pieces of jewelry that I've never seen before, and I like a lot. So she looks really good. She doesn't, because this is all about the look, and the look is really nice. You really don't get much else with her. You do, of course, get an extra pair of hands, as always. The dialing, the holding hands. And you get, as I said, remember I said that all of her detailing is going to be in silver. Well, so too is the purse, and of course it opens, and it's huge. you can put a whole bunch of stuff in here. You can put a phone in here. You can put a journal in here, one of the pens, a water bottle. It's a very cool look. It's a very nice doll. It's a very cool look. Of course, in the wind-up, I will say whether or not you get her, but this is very contemporary and real and something that I can see people wearing on the street almost anywhere. So this is really well done for integrity. So let's take a moment here. Let's pause. Let's take out Annik and let's bring in Elyse. Okay. So this is, first of all, guys, like I said in the Annik, hair comes loose. Unfortunately, when I was deboxing this lovely Elyse, in fact, some hair did get loose on the top in the pin curl. I'm sorry about that. But this is glamour-coated Elyse Jolie. She just literally, within the past couple of weeks, came out from Integrity Toys. It's part of the Maison FR collection. The statement of this doll is the coat. It is a beige swing coat. It doesn't close but for the obvious bow at the top. That's the piece you're supposed to be paying attention to, and you should. It is, the seaming at the shoulders is exquisite. You have a little bit of darting there that's very nice. You have a very puffy sleeve, also very cool. You have the effect of almost tying it off. And then the lining on the inside kind of matches the skirt, the sparkly skirt. It is lipstick. Interestingly, or perhaps on purpose, you don't get a lipstick with this. But this is the lining on all, this is just an exquisite looking doll. And I literally, aha. The bow, as I'm just discovering, comes off with hook and eye. That opens the coat. So let's continue on. I want to give a little bit more time to the coat before I talk about the rest of her ensemble. So the coat is going to open in the back, if you notice, with a full dart. Has this really nice pleating. And of course there is a pocket where you can put stuff. I mean, this is the kind of coat you pay like several $100s for. As you should. This is Mademoiselle, so of course you're going to pay several $100s. Underneath is interesting. It's you would think that Elyse Jolie would wear something a little more classic. It wouldn't be this upfront and modern. And yet you have what kind of fools you. You think this is a traditional knit sweater in lavender, but if you notice, the top is a much looser knit than what covers the chest. And what, by the way, and that much looser knitting is also on the sleeves. It will close with a pearl button in the back. What I really find very interesting is the cut of the skirt. The skirt is asymmetrical to the max. You not only have the split, which is asymmetrical, leaning toward the right, but you also have this, you have a waistline here, but then you have the opening of the skirt, which I thought was very interesting. The pink doesn't clash with the lavender, but it's an interesting choice to go, the coat is not an evening coat, but this skirt definitely has that evening feel to it. It has a definite party feel to it as well, so I was very surprised to see it. It too is also going to close with hook and eye in the back. It's a pencil skirt that went out to party is basically what it is. And since we're still talking about the ensemble, and I might as well just go ahead and talk to you about her shoes, which I kind of did and kind of didn't put on, as you can see. They are mules, and they close with, you're supposed to wrap them around, but to hold the ribbon in place, it closes in hook and eye. I tried twice. I could not get the ribbons to work. So it's not, and you also have to, and I'm telling you this right now so you learn from me, you also have to open the ribbons up almost all the way to get the shoe on. So they are not the most easiest of shoes to put on and take off. They're pretty to look at. They're definitely pretty to look at. But you know, they're one of the more bitchy shoes to take on and off, alas. So let's now get to the moment of truth. That which we always love to look at, the actual face sculpt. As we said, this is Elyse. She has a very bold lip, which, by the way, you probably noticed on her hands and her toes. It is red. It is glossy. She has a highly defined cheekbone. I literally cannot tell you what color her eyes are because between the darkness of her eyeshadow and the lashes, I cannot tell you what color they are. I can tell you that she has like a gold brown eyeshadow on the lower lid that extends to the upper lid, which is met by a very dark raven brow. And her eyes, and her hair is also raven colored. So she has very, very strong eyes. Her lashes are real and they are applied. I am in love with her earrings. I have not seen this before, but I mean, I've seen this actual real style of earring before. I love it. It's a strong gold bangle. It's a great choice for her. Very classic. I love it. Her hair has the kiss curls on either side and a tightly woven bun. Mucho product in the hair. Good luck taking it out, people. I, of course, again, advise you not to. She also has that very classic gold bangle look. So her jewelry is very classic and very, very appropriate to her character. And to go along with that character, she has a very traditional brown purse with a gold chain. And again, like Annik's, you can put just about anything in there. The interesting detail that comes with Elyse is this second set of gloves. Again, kind of gauntlet, kind of not. Seafoam green. Not a color that you see anywhere else but in her gloves, like she's trying to give herself a pop of color in her gloves. It's an interesting choice. I would have liked to have seen that maybe repeated somewhere, either in the sweater or the skirt, but not seeing it anywhere else. And like I said, she also comes with the holding hands and the shorter nails. And of course, you do attempt to get these dolls because they are really lovely. Each of them in their own way is incredibly lovely, and the outfits are really interesting and very contemporary, very real. I like them a lot. Here is my issue. First, you know, the one drawback with Annik, as I pointed out, is the drawn-on hair, which is a little ridiculous. Both of these are lottery dolls, I believe. Elyse Jolie was a right-to-buy lottery, and I believe so too was Annik. So let me double check that before I really get into trouble. Annik was also a lottery doll with a small portion set aside for the public. So this means that both of these are going to be very tricky to come by, and because they came out in the last couple of weeks of me shooting this review, this is unfortunately a situation where you're going to have to sit back and wait. Wait for these ladies to become available. So they are definitely worth the wait, though. Because if you can get them and get them at a relatively cheap rate, or you can do splits with them, especially the Elyse. The Elyse, has playability off the charts, especially because of her coat. It's just the whole put it together. This is another case where it's like everything, like the pieces separately are fun, but put together, I don't know what's going on. So you might want to piece her out and at least try to get her as a nude doll first before you try to get anything else. But otherwise, I would absolutely 100% get your hands on both of these ladies. This is, again, this is what we who've been with Integrity Toys for 20 years, this is what we love. These are the ladies we love. These are the ladies we love, and this is why we love them. So if you can get your hands on them at a reasonable rate, I absolutely would do that. So for me and Annik and Elyse, I'm Barbara, and I will see you in my next review. We'll be returning to action figures because I have a bunch of those. I also have some Meezies we're going to do, so it's going to be fun. We're going to have a fun few weeks here into June and July. All right, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.